If you talk on it, they can.
Tell her to go to work.
Yeah, go to work. You're driving yourself tonight. Yeah, you are.
Dakota, just invite her into the commentary booth.
I ain't driving no one.
Too sweet. Babe, it's chili boy. Come on, let's work. You want to take a work? Take my ass to work.
Oh no, I think I fucked up.
What is that? What's going on?
What the fuck is going on, Dakota?
That's the Monday Night Football theme.
Oh, right, okay.
It is Monday night.
So here we are, the Colts kick off the ball to the Cleveland Browns.
It has. It's your favorite player, Johnny Football.
Yep, the fantastic Johnny Manziel.
God, I'm fucking in the commentary booth. Shut up, babe. Dude, I'm trying to be professional. Call this game, and you're all ruining it.
Babe, it's a fucking video game. It doesn't...
No, it's not just a video game, babe. It's boys' club. Boys. Like, I like little boys. How do I drop, like, the echo? Like, I can hear us.
You gotta mute your TV.
Oh, you mute? Oh,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
turn your TV down.
I kind of like it. I can hear when I fuck up, so I'll leave it there.
God damn it!
Commercial break. And back to football. What?
Here we go.
There's some on the ground now. There you go.
And welcome back. Nearly.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel at the line.
Oh.
We got a nice pass over to the side to, was that Josh Gordon? I don't know. Nope.
Oh shit. Sam, your stream is way ahead of mine.
Oh, you're behind then, Haas.
Oh fuck.
Try going out for...
Yeah, I will.
Is that with the handoff? And he gets no.
Yeah, I'm back. 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line.
A nice 3-yard rush there. Five back.
Can't get a shot for every touchdown in this game. Probably not a lot.
So Johnny Manziel's lining up. Is he actually going to be any good in this fucking football game? We will find out.
There's a black thing on the screen.
Oh, and that's a run. That's a first down. Is that first down?
Oh, you're ahead of me now.
That's a third and one for Crowell. And I think the key for this game, Sam, I think you'll agree, is that really they need to make some first downs.
I think so. I don't think you could do any better at.
Well, Haas, what you don't understand, and this has come from my own experiences, what the Browns want to do is score more points than the Colts.
See,
I believe if they can score more points, they're going to win this game.
I think, Dakota, the problem there is I think you're getting ahead of yourself. Because before points even come into it, they need to make some first downs.
True. Both of you raised some great points.
Hockey lovers in and out of the chat as quick as fucking anything.
The handoff to Crowell.
One guy is.
Isaiah Crowell there with a solid couple of yards, a solid 6 or so yards on that play. That brings down a vital, I think, degree of vital
Also,
34.
halftime call-in show.
And that's going to be, he's going to be stopped before he reaches the line. And this is so what do the Browns do right now?
They're going to
54-yard
kick
field
the,
goal, or do they go for it?
Oh, they're going for it.
I think they're going to go for it. They're going to line up and go for it.
And,
This could be a bad move, Johnny Manziel. 2 yards is a lot of yards to make.
oh, we've
on this
seen
one.
this a lot during his college days, though.
And he stopped, and that is a monumental turnover for the Browns. That is terrible.
Top of the
I
line.
think in the fourth quarter of this game, we will come back to this, and we will see that as the turning point for this game. At the moment when the Browns knew this game was over.
Here comes Andrew Luck. Play action pass.
Oh, beautiful play action pass to Andrew Luck. Johnny Manziel on the sidelines now must be crying, if anything.
Oh,
I
was
can't
that a
imagine how
spider
it's
2 wide
getting
banana? It was. Now, Sam, I've heard that is one of your favorite calls of the game.
One of my favorite.
That banana.
I think it's one of my favorite calls of the game.
And he stopped just before he makes the first down. This is some good defensive play from the Cleveland Browns. Brings them up to a 3rd and 2.
Hey, Faison. Listen. Call-in is until halftime. And he got it. He is past the half.
That's it.
Half.
And the Colts do, I think we could all agree that the Colts do something the Browns couldn't do, which was get a first down. And we all agreed already that that is a vital element to a winning team.
It is. First down's crucial in the game of football. Oh, it's a near sack. Dumps it off to the flat. Gets a few yards, not a bad pickup.
Sam, if you could take a step closer to your microphone, that would be beneficial.
Oh, how about this?
Much better, much better.
I need a
We'll play
touchdown.
Look is away.
And
Oh,
another first down. Andrew Luck has them driving 3 for 3 so far in the drive.
so if we were to take a little analytical look at the game so far, what's working for the Indianapolis? Yeah, that's what they're called. Colts. What's working for them?
Downs.
First downs.
First downs, it's surely not the run game.
It's definitely not the run game.
3.3 repeating yards per carry there for the rookie back.
I know it's 3.3 repeating. That goes on forever. That repeat, and I think that's really the key. Is it just doesn't?
Unlike Manziel, it will go on forever. And
That's a
it's
pick on the Browns. Oh, this is, and he's tackled by his own player. Tackled by his own player. Again, I think that'll be something that comes to haunt the Browns. Is that player, that Brown on Brown tackle?
You know, I feel like that was a crucial moment on this drive because, you know, they were driving down the field and they just turn the ball over like that. That's not a sign of a Super Bowl team.
Well, Sam, that's what happens when you force passes.
Yeah. If you could describe the Colts in one word, what would it be? Mine would be amateur at the moment.
Bush League.
At the moment, Bush League, amateur, both.
Bush League is 2 words. I didn't think I'd have to pick you up on that, but it is more than 1 word.
And Corrales having a pretty good game so far, 33 yards on 7 attempts. Dakota, you want to go ahead and break down that mathematically for us?
It's about 4.2 somewhat close to there.
Repeating or no?
No, there is no repeating digits in his yards per carry.
So Corwell's looking for a big game today.
Well,
I think
that's
he's
5
come
more
out
commentary
trying to
game,
prove
so.
something.
Screen pass. Oh, and it hits him in the helmet.
So Johnny Manziel's issue there is that really he should be aiming for the hands of the receiver as opposed to the face. That's the issue. If you can work
He got away with that at Texas A&M. He's not going to get away with that in the NFL.
No. Working with much taller players, isn't he, in Texas A&M?
Alright. And
that was a shocking pass.
Aiming for the helmet, wrong team this time though.
Johnny Manziel really needs to distinguish, ideally if he can, between helmet and hand. I feel like that's something they should teach more in the NFL because I think we're having that issue quite a lot. Potentially the worst punt I've ever seen in history.
I wouldn't say so. He put him at the 19-yard line, not too bad.
No, terrible punt.
That's a bad punt.
And I'm going to have to disrespectfully say
I'm
you're
going.
wrong.
I'm going Haas. That was a bad punt.
That was a bad punt.
We'll see if Luck can force any more throws.
Oh,
he got it.
Could have been a dangerous play. At some point, you've got to wonder if T.Y. Hilton's just showing off with his fancy footwork, because there was no need for that spin move.
I don't think so.
Well, Haas, when you make millions of dollars to play a game, you can do fancy footwork if you want. That's the way I see it.
I think he's been paid to play football, to dance. You know, if he wants to dance, he should be on Dancing with the
Another
Stars.
interception right there.
Classic Luck. 40 throws done at Stanford. He's doing it in the Colts.
So at the moment, if you were to describe the Colts as a breed of horse, Dakota, which breed of horse would you describe them as?
Bronco.
Bronco, nice.
Yeah, definitely Bronco.
I'd have to go ahead and describe them as a pony right now.
A pony?
I don't believe ponies are the horse.
I kind of altered the rules a little bit on.
It's not technically a breed of horse, but I'll allow it. For the purposes of the illustration, I'll allow it.
Appreciate it. No touchdowns yet means no shots through my body at the time.
No, we are in the second quarter with a completely scoreless game so far. Disappointing to say the least. Yeah. And that's nearly a sack. That is a sack. That is a sack.
I guess you can just chalk it up to Luck thinking he's faster than he really is.
Do you believe Andrew Luck's dark shadow visor is affecting his gameplay?
I think, yeah, I think the fundamental issue there is that he can't see through it because it's dark. I think it's really affected his play.
It didn't affect him on that play.
I think that was more blind looks than anything else, I would have to say.
I could respect that opinion.
Yeah. And that's a run. Ducks inside into a player from the Cleveland Browns. Bad move there from the Colts running back, whose name evades me.
Escapes me as well.
He's definitely someone.
Because it's winter and the air is dry.
And that was just a lovely floating pass from Andrew Luck to number 10, who the game will tell me is called Colts.
61 passing yard. Moncrief. Dante Moncrief.
There you go.
With Gilbert on the tackle.
So Andrew Luck in his all whites, he's been using his dad. Because that is really showing him.
Oh, no! Drop the pass in the end zone.
Incomplete pass. Number 16 for the Indianapolis Colts. He will live to regret that decision.
That could come back to bite them.
I think it will, Sam. I think it will. I think that's his career over in professional football.
Oh, and he rushes. Oh, another drop pass.
Another dropped pass from the Colts. If there's one thing you've got to do in football, Sam, apart from the first downs, is catch the ball.
Yes,
You've got to catch the ball.
You said it great.
Sam, what's the difference? Quick, easy question. What's the difference between a touchdown and an incomplete pass?
The points on the board.
Well, the answer I was looking for was a dropped football, but you're technically not wrong.
I try to not be wrong.
And that's
Forcing another
surely.
That is going back. He's going all the way.
Surely that's a pick six.
That is a touchdown for the Browns.
Down.
And he dives
Touchdown.
in. That is a spectacular dive. A spectacular finish to a spectacular run.
Woo!
If you're a Colts fan at the moment, you've really got to be crying in your seat, haven't you?
Yeah, I just
Really
stepped out of the booth for a while because of family emergency. I will be back.
We will be missed. Now, Haas.
Sam.
If you do recall me saying a drop pass in the end zone is really going to come back to bite them, and You know, that's exactly what happened there.
You do recall me saying as well that that will be the defining play of the game. We'll be looking at that all week. We'll be reviewing that drop pass all week. Do you believe there should have been a flag for pass interference on that, Sam?
I don't think so. I think he just dropped the pass.
There you go. Well, that's that one solved then. So no flag.
Did he catch it? Did he get that in bounds? Did he come down with
surely.
it?
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Is there going to be a challenge on this play?
Dante Moncrief, I think, really needs to be looking for a new home at the end of the season because if he can't catch the football, what use do you use a receiver?
Surely there will be a Subway near him hiring, when he's done with the Colts.
I would not be hiring that player. I wouldn't really be hiring any of these Colts at the moment because I think they've missed a week of training where they taught them how to hold the football. It just seems like no one's remembered that little fact because it's 3rd and 10 for the Colts now.
Oh, but he completed the first down.
Finally, someone remembers to hold the ball with both hands.
He looks a little too excited for catching the ball, you know. I don't think he should be that excited for catching one ball.
I think, yeah, I agree with you. I think that's a fundamental of football, really.
Oh, he goes back to him again. Number 80.
Number 80, I'm sure he's got a name. Turn around, Fleener. It's Kobe Fleener.
No, I think it's Catherine Fleener.
It's, Katrina Fleener for the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, it's a screen pass. A screen pass
screen
out.
Pass. This is going to be a return for a touchdown.
No, he got him.
Oh, and that's it.
No, touchdown. What a turn of events. What a turn of events. The game was tied up.
How much would you say that was just pure luck on the play? And how much of that do you think was Andrew luck? Let's play a game I like to call Luck v Luck, Sam. On what percentage is that pure luck versus Andrew luck?
I think it was about 3% Andrew luck and about 97% pure luck.
Let me just check the actual statistics. And actually you're wrong. It's 98% pure luck and 2% Andrew luck. You were very close though.
Every time, 1% off.
I know it's a tough game. Got a 1 in 100% chance of getting it, a 1 in 100 chance of getting it. So the odds are in your favour.
Those odds are not telling it.
So the Browns, what are they going to call? Oh, this could be a way for a touchdown.
That is a touchdown.
80-yard pass. It's Andrew Hawkins, I believe.
That was a beautiful slant route. He got the ball. He ran it past the Colts.
No, it's not. Who was that?
That was certainly a player.
It was definitely a play for the Cleveland Browns, I can tell you.
That was a near blocked field goal right there.
Very close to a block there.
Beautiful play by
yards already in the game from the Browns. Johnny Manziel, who historically is one of the worst players in all of football history, has come himself in this game.
Our executive producer is telling us that it was Travis Benjamin, or as we like to call him here at BCN, Tracy Benjamin.
Tracy Benjamin for the Cleveland Browns, and he's really pulled out all the stops today.
I mean, you can't ask for much more than a touchdown on the first play of a drive. Right after giving one up.
You could ask, maybe 2 touchdowns, but I think we'd really be pushing it at that.
I think
you'd take one and leave it there. I think realistically, incomplete pass.
Luck was under some serious pressure right there.
You'd have to say it was a veteran move trying to get the ball away before the sack because he saved himself about 10 yards on that play.
He's looking better as the game goes on, it seems like.
Let's play another round of luck v luck. How much of that incomplete pass there do you think was pure luck, and how much do you think was Andrew luck?
I think in this case it's going to be about 60% Andrew luck, about 40% pure luck.
Okay. That's interesting.
And there's a player down on the field.
That's one of the Indian Colts down in the field with an injury. We'll check back on that later. Andrew Luck here has got an open field, and he's made that complete pass down the centre of the field. Really,
there's Moncrief making up for it.
You've got to throw down the field, haven't you? Down the middle of the field.
We got a screen coming up. Here comes a screen pass.
And he's held to only a couple of yards there. 3 yards. We've got a minute and 3 seconds left in the second quarter. And the Colts are really looking to try and get some points here. Wide open. That was
correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Haas, but the Browns do get the ball at half. Is that correct?
I was literally about to ask you the same question, Samuel. So I don't actually know. You know, I feel like I could have been a little bit better in my research before the game.
Well, first down. Moncrief is certainly making up for that drop pass in the end zone because he's had a few catches on this drive.
He is, yeah. You really got to maybe call an inside pass on this one because that's Andrew Luck has run that in on the read option. And Andrew Luck just thrown that ball away right in front of the referee's face. That's a flag if I've ever seen one. I'd be flagging that immediately, Sam, if that was me. Throwing the ball in front of the referee's face.
Now, Hans, on that play, I'm going to have to, put you against your own game. Luck v. Luck.
Yep.
Give me the stats.
I would say that was 100% Luck and 0% Andrew Luck. And the reason why, I'll explain why, Sam, is I think if you watch the play, I think he just forgot to hand the ball off. And the momentum of his memory of remembering that he should have handed the ball off is what propelled him forward. So I think that was all chance.
I couldn't agree with you more. It looked like he forgot to hand the ball off.
Yeah.
He just ran with it, he got lucky. I don't. There's an interception by Johnny Manziel.
This is a turnover for the game.
And that's a crucial pass right there.
That's, if anything, that's the most crucial of all the passes. That's a 14-14 game, 40 seconds left in the second quarter. It's turned over back to the Indianapolis Colts.
And certainly what I would have to say about that, out of all the passes, that was one of them.
That was, yeah. I think we can definitely define that as one of the passes in the game.
I think it's safe to say at this point that was definitely one of the passes.
And the Colts call a timeout. Interesting choice because, if this was my kind of game, I'd be calling a Hail Mary right now.
No, it seems like you and the Colts might have a bit different playing style, and I'm not going to say either one of you is wrong, but I guess we'll have to see what happens here. That's a near touchdown.
Too short of a touchdown. Too short.
Oh, the clock's still running. The clock is still running. Don't forget that.
That's a timeout called by the Colts, so that does make the clock stop, Sam.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, prior to the timeout, the clock was still running.
Well, that's just a rule of football that the clock will run naturally.
Well, it looked like he might have been out of bounds, but let's see what's going on here. Rushing play to the fullback.
And is that a touchdown? That's a touchdown for the Indian Colts, and that is really going to bring this game to a 21-14 score.
You gotta make sure there, and he kicks the point after.
This is really turned from what was a great game for the Cleveland Browns into a really great game for the Colts. The Browns line up again. If I was the Browns, there's every potential to go back to the play that scored you a touchdown before this and see if you couldn't get one again. And he has. In fact, he has. He went for the same play there. It's like I knew. That was a great prediction on your half. I'm going to have to give you credit for that one. Thank you very much, Sam. The Browns lining up now in another formation. Could be a run, it could be a pass. We'll find out very shortly. It definitely looks like a pass now, doesn't it? And that's a Browns ball. Is that a timeout? Timeout is being called.
He catches the ball. That was a beautiful catch.
Again,
not often do you see a catch in double coverage.
It would be a Hail Mary.
One thing I will say is not often do you see a catch in double coverage, and that was a beautiful catch.
And this could be a turnover, and it is. That is a turnover.
And it's an interception. It's just poor playing right there.
You've really got to watch this, the coverage of the defence, because if you see a play like that, a man dropping on the inside, you're going to struggle to make an outside pass. And now the Brown back on their defense again. The defense must be getting worn out.
Let's see where this ends up. It's a Hail Mary,
Ah,
not a Hail Mary. Oh, it's another
pick.
interception. Can
And
he
the
run it
Browns
back,
are
though?
off.
Can he run it back?
Got
No,
tackled by the referee in the game.
time has
Tackled by the
expired.
referee. And where do you stand on that play, Sam, on the referee tackling one of the receivers?
See, I think that's a part of the game. You know, the referees are out there, the players know the referees are out there, and the referees know the players are out there. So they both know they're on the field, and that's all I really have to say about it.
So the two teams now line up. One is, you'd say that one is definitely playing offense and one is definitely playing defense at the moment, right, Sam?
I think that is certain. Oh, and there's a sack from the Browns. B. Mingo. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's Brianna Mingo right there.
Brianna Mingo with a great sack on that play. And that's a handoff. Oh, and taken straight down by
down to the ground. Non-chance.
Donis Wilson. It looks like. Oh no, that's actually that's Chris Urquhart. He took him down there. Lovely. And that's a 3rd and 19. This is a hell of a play. The Colts have got to pull off now. They've definitely
Let's see if they've got what it takes.
And that's a beautiful swat down by one of the Browns players.
And I think he couldn't have called better coverage, you know, on that play. That was a great coverage call. Calling cover 4, covering over the middle, swats on the pass, forces the punt.
I would say that whatever coverage would have led to a interception would have been a slightly better bit of coverage. But it definitely wasn't bad coverage.
I can't say you're wrong on that. I certainly cannot say you're wrong.
The Browns line up again. A couple of tight ends on the play, it looks like.
It looks like it's a heavy formation by both teams.
Yeah. And that's Ian Crowell has gone for it again for 5 yards.
Well, it's Isaiah, but we'll go ahead with Ian.
Ian Crowell used to work as an IT manager for a bank before joining the NFL draft. Yeah, he was drafted in 2014. Previously was the head of ICT at Capital One in Cleveland, and they just noticed him on the street one day. Realized they had a kind of a stocky build, but he was really good. I think what they noticed at the Browns was that he was really good at dodging in and out of crowds. He was very quick at getting from one place to another in the high street, in a very crowded Cleveland high street. And they thought, well, I'll tell you what, this guy Ian Crowell seems like he might be kind of interesting. He could be quite useful as a running back. And that's when he was drafted in 2014.
I think you couldn't have told his story any better, but that was a nice first down pass for the Browns. Johnny Manziel only completing 5 passes so far this game. I feel like he's going to have to step it up if they want to fight against.
I could not agree with you more, Sam. I could not agree with you more.
Now my question is, if the Browns don't make it to the playoffs here, what's the chances of Ian Crowell going back to the IT department, you know, landing a little more stable of a job and just locking down his life, maybe starting a family?
Well, yeah, the difference in pay is quite large, because in the NFL, Ian Crowell is only bringing in $32,000 a year, whereas in his job as an IT manager for Capital One, he was actually bringing in 67. However, he was also putting on quite a lot of weight, just sat behind a desk every day. So it was kind of nice of him to get out a bit, you know, meet some new people.
Completely understandable.
Yeah, so it's nice for him just to get out a bit, you know what I mean? Get a bit of sunlight on.
Now, would you say that there's a bit of a give and take, you know, with the NFL and Capital One?
I think there's definitely a bit of give and take in that the NFL have taken him from Capital One.
Is it that, or is it more so that Capital One has given him to the NFL?
Well, that's where the give and take comes from, Sam. Exactly, you've hit the nail on the head. Really perfectly, actually.
And there's a field goal.
That's a field goal. That brings it into 21-17, still in favour of the Colts.
I'm going to have to take a quick break. I'll be back in around a minute, if that's okay if you have.
That's absolutely fine. I'll rock the commentary solo for the time being. So, look at the Colts' offensive drive at the moment, everyone. Lining up in what looks like a formation. Andrew Luck's just turn around there, make sure everyone's in position. And this is a run off to the right. That's a run off to the left, rather. Sorry about that. I got my left and right confused for a second. That's a really lovely little run there from the Colts. If we can, let's take a moment to look at what everyone's wearing. The Browns are rocking a very in this season orange with brown pants, as you Americans call them, and the Colts are rocking a very classic white with blue lining. Now, I'm not saying that either team has an advantage because of the colours, but I think particularly at the moment, the white from the Colts is going to really give them a good sight on the field. You know, you can really tell where they are. Whereas the muddier that the pitch gets, the browner it'll get, and therefore, you know, the more that the legs of the Browns players will dissolve into the field visually. So they're going to have a sort of a harder time picking out those players, especially on sort of deep down passes. Whereas, I mean, you can see it yourself, audience. You know, the white is really popping, and I think that's really good. The white does lend itself to getting dirty quicker, which I hear you say. I know I can hear what you're saying. You're saying, but the dirtier the white gets, the same issue. The dirtier the white clothes get, the more that they'll dissolve into the background of the pitch. And I agree with you. I do agree with you. But for now, the Colts are staying relatively clean, and that's only going to help them for the rest of the game.
Alright, and I'm back.
So I was just giving a rundown of what everyone was wearing, Sam, just and how that's going to affect the game going forward.
Can you bring me up to speed with that?
So I was just explaining briefly that, for example, the Colts are wearing a very in-this-season orange, but with brown pants. And the muddier that the field gets, the browner it gets, and therefore more likely the Browns are going to be harder to spot going down the field because they'll look like the field. Whereas the Colts are wearing white, and you know they're just very visible. I can see them coming a mile away. And I'm not saying that contributes to the lead of the Colts, but I'm saying that it's definitely played a part.
Yeah, that was my next question. So do you think the uniforms selected by each team are playing, you know, a factor in the score of the game right
now? I don't want to say it's definitely the deciding factor. You know, I don't want to say that the Colts are only in lead because they're wearing white. I think if you look at the correlation of teams that are wearing white and teams that are winning, you know, the correlation implies that the white teams are in the lead. So I think there's a point at which you have to say, listen to the science, and the science says the white teams are winning, and they're wearing white. What more can I say?
You can't say much. You really covered it all.
Yeah.
And Andrew Luck's under some pressure.
That's a fumble.
And a fumble. And the Browns pick up. They pick up a crucial fumble. They can take the lead right now. And now the thing is here, you know, that was a very crucial fumble, as stated by both of us, that it could really turn this game around.
It could do it, and I think what you've got to look at is the amount of times that a team has fumbled compared to the colour that they're wearing, and that's one fumble there for the white team. And you know, is that because they're white and because they're more visible? Does that mean that they're just a big target? You know, Andrew Luck is in white. There's no way he can sneak around. You know, you're seeing him coming from a mile away, and they saw him coming.
No, that's true. Now, do you think a good strategy by the Browns, by the Colts players might be maybe rub a little of that mud on their jerseys to kind of blend in with the rest of the Browns team?
I think that's an absolutely genius idea, Sam. Hopefully they've got a man on their side who's listening to the commentary and they can take that into effect, because I think they'd be stupid not to, honestly.
And I think I see some action over on the sideline, on the Colts sideline. You know, the coach is relaying that message over to his players. You know,
Yeah.
get
And
some
same,
mud, rub it on your jersey.
same for the Browns. Is if the Browns take a quick bath in the freshly painted white up the sidelines, you know, that's really going to start throwing the Colts player off as well. Who do I pass to? Because everyone's just wearing white.
See, but I feel like the problem with both of our scenarios here is if both teams do that, you know, the Colts get their jersey painted brown, the Browns get their jersey painted white, you know, we're just back at square one, and we're going to have to start all over again.
And once again, Sam, you know, there's a reason you're here doing commentary. Once again, you hit the nail on the head. An absolutely astute observation indeed. That was fantastic. And look at that little run play by Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel's a quick little guy.
That's a very nice little run. You know, there's 6 minutes left in this final quarter of the game, and it's, you know, it's a ball game to win at the moment. It's a ball game to win.
It certainly is a game that both teams want to win. I would see no reason why either team would want to lose this game.
You know, unless there's some kind of bet riding on it that we don't know about. You know, maybe Johnny Manziel's put, you know, $1 million on the Browns losing. But you know, I'm really clutching at straws here. So I think I cannot find a reason.
But you know, again, you know, that's why you're here. You're an outside the box thinker, and I think you can never let those ideas go unheard. So, a very astute observation on your half.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So Johnny Manziel lining up again. Oh, and he's been sacked. He's been brought down.
See, I think this is this could be the game-winning drive. If they take their time, they get down the field and they get in the end zone, it could leave the Colts with very little time to go.
I agree with you. Definitely. Oh, that's it. That is game over. That's game over for the Browns.
I don't know about game over, but it's certainly not looking good.
If I was the Browns, I would go home. I would pack up my men and I would walk off that field because there is no way to turn this game around now.
Yeah, I think with Andrew Luck's luck in the red zone as of recently, as of the first half of the game, with a couple crucial interceptions, you know, the Browns still have a fighting chance. They if Indianapolis gets a field goal here, you know, the Browns are only down by a touchdown and 2-point conversion. I think out of anybody, you're the master of the 2-point conversion. And I think you'd want to tell him to run stick.
I think if I was the Colts right now, I think I'd just go for the field goal immediately. I wouldn't even risk the touchdown. Yeah, I'd be lining up on this first down. I'd be kicking that field goal, and I'd be leaving it in the hands of the Browns to try and prove something here. Take the points. That's what I say. Take the points. Don't even risk it.
You do raise a good point, but I think he's got to shed some time off that clock at least. You know, he's got to get it down to the 2-minute warning and really put the pressure on.
And that's a fumble. Oh, that's a recovery from the Colts player.
Very lucky recovery by the Colts.
Very, very close there. That's a loss of 10 yards on that play. It's a 2nd and 22, and you know the Colts are really going to try something special here. Otherwise, it will be reverting back to the Browns.
Now he's going to have to pass on this play.
And that's another sack.
Another sack. One more sack and he's out of field goal range.
Jermaine Sheard here. Jermaine Sheard is a beautiful sack by Jermaine. And that's a 3rd and 31. This is a hell of a distance they've got to make to get a touchdown.
I think what's going to boil it down to, he's going to need to get the points. I think he should rush the ball, take the field goal, go up by 8, make the Browns go for 2.
I think he'd be silly if he didn't go. And that's it. That is a sack, and that puts him out of field goal range. Surely, the Colts have got to be kicking themselves for that.
I think we predicted it very well. You know, 4th and 41 puts them right out of field goal range. Isn't looking good right now. You can't go for a 4th and 41. I mean, that would just be silly at this point.
Yeah. 4th and 41. I mean, you've really backed yourself into a corner there, and you potentially giving the game away.
I'm not sure, you know, statistically, how many times the team has been, you know, 4th down with more than 40 yards to go on the play. On the possessions, but it can't be too many teams have done that.
It can't be. It can't be indeed. But that was a hell of a punt. You know, that's backed the Browns into their 2 yard. They really do need. They really do need a. The Browns are having some trouble with their depth chart. You know, really struggling there. It's alright, it's been fixed. Ian Carell is back in the game. But yeah, the Browns back to their 2. They do need a touchdown because anything less than a touchdown will mean nothing essentially.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, for the Browns, there's no maneuver that scores them 4 points only.
There isn't, which is, you raise an interesting point, Sam. Is that something the NFL needs to implement? A 4-point play?
I think it would certainly spice the game up quite a bit.
And Johnny Manziel here needs to be very careful of a sack, not to lead to a safety.
He gets sacked here. Oh, he's forced the ball right now. He can't force the ball.
Back in high school, what was his nickname? Do you remember? It was Johnny Force the Ball Football. He needs to shed that. He needs to shed that nickname.
I think he's gonna need to start looking for the 10-yard passes. He can't go for it all right now.
And that's it. He's got the pass.
And that's
an
not a
injury
bad.
timeout. That's
Is
a
it
Colts player on the
Manziel
field.
that's down, or is it the Colts? Oh, it's the Colts player on the
I
ground.
believe it's a Colts player down, yeah.
He's on his hands and knees, and that's not a good look for a football player of this caliber.
And so the Browns line up again. They're going to make it. They're on the 28-yard line. They're going to make it 72 yards down the field. Oh, that's nearly a pick. That is nearly a pick. That could have been the end of the game for the Browns.
It certainly could have. And see, again, like I had said earlier, he needs to stop looking for the long ball, and he needs to move the ball down the field.
He's got a minute and 44 seconds. You know, he's got a lot of time on the clock. Lot of time.
He's got all his timeouts. You know, he can't always be looking for that long ball.
But he made a good 12, 13 yards on that play, and he's going to go. It's a very tight though, throwing into double coverage. It's a very risky move.
Not a bad pass. I mean, he stuck it in there, but obviously he made the right decision on that play.
Oof, an incomplete pass there for Manziel.
That's a tough incomplete, because that would have put him in nice scoring range at that point.
A minute 24 on the clock. He's got a lot of time to make this play. A lot of time.
He does, and it's going to come down to this. He's got to be conservative here. He can't try to force the ball like we've been saying, as he's been trying to do. It seems like.
And
that was nearly
what Benjamin was looking at, because that would have been a touchdown.
He was in the clear all day. Now he's got to focus on converting his pass, because you don't want to be in a 4th and 10 situation when you're down by.
If this was me, I'd go for a little pass. I'd go for a short pass. Try and get maybe 6 yards on the play, and then look at turning that into a first down. And that's why I'm not playing the football game. That's why I'm not playing this football game.
First down right there. The clock is still running. He did not make it out of bounds, and a very strategic timeout right there. I think this game's going to be a good one. It's coming down to the wire, and no team should be ruled out at this point.
40 years ago, when John Heisenberg invented American football, this is what he pictured. This is the kind of game he imagined. Sat in his ivory tower. This was the game that John thought, no, this is why I want to make football.
Another beautiful pass by the Browns.
Now, with a minute and 5 seconds left on the clock, there's plenty of time. I would play conservatively at this point.
Pass, and what I'm thinking here, I don't think he should have taken that timeout. I think he should have hurried up for one more play. Another bad pass, another forced pass.
If this was me, I'd be running that ball a few times. I'd be trying to make a few yards on the run play, because at this point you do not want to give away the ball. That's the last thing you want to do.
Guess we'll have to see, what it comes down to, because he's gonna have to get some yards, so he's not on a 4th and 10. Although it's only 2nd down, 4th and 10 is not far from where he's at right now.
This is getting into dangerous territory. Some of these throws, some of these passes are on, some of these passes you do not want to be making in this situation.
Now, one thing I can say, and I hope you agree with me on this, is that he definitely should
You've gone a little bit quiet again, Sam.
What I'm saying basically is, I think in this situation he should not punt the ball. I think a punt would be a bad choice.
I think a punt is really a last resort at this point, and that's a great pass.
Beautiful
That is a great
catch,
pass.
beautiful pass.
That's a Colts timeout.
Yeah, I see what the Colts is doing here. They're anticipating the touchdown, and they won't give themselves enough time to score because if you look at it this way, you know, the Cleveland scores a touchdown, they're only up by 3 points. And
That's true. It's true. A field goal will tie the game, and that's a run down the middle. That's a great reaction from the Colts there.
I mean, this is turning out to be one of the better games of the season so far, and I think it really counts for both teams.
It is. This is becoming a very tight game. Oh, and he's wrapped up again. Cruella's wrapped up. The Browns really need to get a special play coming here because this is game over otherwise.
He's got 3rd and goal. He needs to get close to the end zone, and he needs the end zone right now, and that's like
Just short of a touchdown. Just short of a touchdown.
Pass. A beautiful pass.
He's got to watch that clock.
It comes down to this right here. And I don't think we could have called for a better ending to a game. But here,
He's
here
got
it is.
to watch this clock. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. It comes down to this. This play wins the game.
He's got to convert.
This play wins the game. Oh, and
and he turns the ball over.
Shocking play. That is a shocking play.
The game is over. I cannot say it.
That's it.
See, I mean, there's a chance of a safety, and that makes the game a little more interesting. But I think this game's all but done. It's all but wrapped up. The Colts are
now let's think back to some of the major plays from this game. Let's have a quick think about this.
And that's the game right there.
The early turnovers did not go great. The early turnovers didn't go great. But really, it was that later turnover that led to a Colts touchdown on a pick six, which really sealed the deal for the Browns. And that's something that Johnny Manziel really needs to take a look at.
And I think if you're the Browns, you got to be disheartened because that was a beautiful drive down the field.
I think if you're the Browns, you've really got to, invite a close family friend over or invite someone over just to look after you for the evening, because I don't know if necessarily you're safe in your own company after a loss like this, because this is you can say it's hard.
Especially in a city like Cleveland, you don't want to be caught alone in the city of Cleveland after you just lost the Browns game.
Yeah. And some of these replays are, some really spectacular plays here.
I mean, it just comes down to, I think Manziel tries to force the ball too much, and that's really what let down the Browns in the end of the game.
If you could, Sam, if you could describe the mood for me in Cleveland right now, how would you describe? If you could describe the mood in Cleveland as a color, what color is the mood in Cleveland right now?
I would certainly have to say the mood is brown at best.
Brown at best, yeah. Well, I guess that does it for us on another game on the BCN.
And I have to say that, again, it's been a pleasure, and I think we're 2 for 2 on commentary, and it's going to be a very lucrative career for us in the future.
I believe so. So from me, it's a good night.
And for me, it's an au revoir to all of our fans out there. Certainly no Browns fans are rooting for us at this point.